I work every Friday.
Okay.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Good evening, everybody.
Good to see my son.
We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start this evening with a public hearing. And Sarah, you know all about that, Bill 2920?
Yes. So yeah, no, of course. So this ordinance is amending the traffic code to add to our essentially our list of where parking is prohibited on streets. So as council knows, recently the Bay Shore subdivision completed its updated streets, and there was an addition of a bus lane near Telegraph Road to allow for safer access for school times. And there were concerns that there would be people using that as overflow parking. So this is an ordinance that adds that bus lane to the list of prohibited streets for parking.
Thank you. City Council, have any questions or comments about this? You guys know what this is all about, right? It was tied in with the concrete work that was done in that subdivision. Okay. Does anybody from the public have anything they'd like to say about this down in Bay Shore? Does anybody know where Bay Shore is? Okay. All right. Thanks. Cool. If there's nothing more, I'd like to close the public hearing. Good? Did I do that right?
You did.
All right. Okay. We're gonna start this meeting. So for the first thing is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Rob, would you start us off here, please?
Dear Heavenly Father, we ask for your guidance this evening, as always, to do the right thing for our citizens here in Arnold and surrounding communities. We ask you for your continued oversight and protection of our first responders. And we thank you for protecting everyone during the snowstorm and all of our street crews and giving them the ability to get things taken care of in a timely manner. We ask all these things in your name.
Thank you. Tammy, would you please conduct a roll call vote?
Bill Moritz,
Here.
Troy Blackshear,
Here.
Peggy Allen.
Here.
Jim Seidenstricker,
Here.
Michael Rethmeyer,
Here.
EJ Fleischman,
Here.
Rodney Mullins,
Here.
Gary Plunk,
He'll be late.
Brian MacArthur,
Excused.
Anthony Traxler,
Here.
Sarah Turner, Bill Lehman,
He's excused.
Bob Sweeney,
Here.
Dave Crutchley, James Pogorzelski, Dan Krupa,
Excused.
Chief Carroll.
Before we get too far into this, I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to request a motion in a second to change the agenda. I want to move the bill, the second bill, it's 2921. I want to move that to the back of the agenda. Gary's going to be here, and this is a Ward 4 issue, and I'd like for him to be here when it comes up. So he's at a funeral for a friend and a funeral visitation for a friend, and he'll be here in just a little bit. So with that, I'd like a motion in a second.
motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Peggy, second. All right. Do we need a roll call vote for that? All yours.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Rethmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Business from the floor. Anyone in the audience who wishes to address the city council on any matter of city business may come forward to the microphone. Please note that you must be physically present in the council chambers. We don't allow this on Zoom. When you come forward, please state your name and address for the record before speaking. This will be you're going to be allowed 3 minutes to speak, and this will be your only chance to speak during the meeting, unless otherwise authorized by the city council. Anybody got anything they'd like to say?
Lisa?
Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me. I do have paperwork if you would like it at the end of the meeting. My name is Lisa Crow. I am a board member for CASA of Jefferson County. That stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. We advocate for children and the foster care system. In the packet of information that I have for you, if it's okay that I present it to you, is a flyer for our gala that's coming up on April 11th. We are a nonprofit and we entirely survive on donations, grants, and public support. So I would like to give you a little bit of my experience with CASA. And with foster care, once I found out about CASA, I wanted to be as involved as I possibly could. We have in Missouri over 12,000 children in the foster care system. In Jefferson County, where we reside, we have anywhere from 600 to 1,000 foster care children at any given time. CASA, what we do is we advocate for children in the foster care system, like I said. And the way that we do that is we train up our volunteers and they are assigned by judges through the court system, and they will visit with the children regularly, usually once a week. And then they will also advocate and help the children advocate for themselves, the things that they would want in hearings. So one of the things that I love about CASA is that we work really hard to make sure that our children have loving and supporting environments when they are in one of the most unstable parts of their lives. So our mission statement that we hold to very importantly is that we advocate for abused and neglected children in need of safe, permanent homes through highly trained volunteers appointed by the family court. We have a very overburdened foster care system and child care welfare systems, and I feel like CASA kind of bridges the gap between that moment in a child's life whenever things are kind of uproariously happening and their need for an adult that says, I love you exactly as you are. I'm here for you. I support you. It's one of the things that can be very overlooked in our system, and I think one of the most important developments for children. So if you are interested at all in our gala, please look at the paperwork that I have for you. Also, a few of the other asks that I have is that I feel like you, as members of our community that serve regularly, have, I think, the best pulse on what's happening in our city. So if you're thinking to yourself, man, I know somebody that sounds like would be a perfect fit for them to serve, we are constantly looking for volunteers. Like I said, we have 600 to 1,000 children in foster care in Jefferson County. We have 90 volunteers. We do one-on-one. So that means that up to 500 children are not getting cared for in the way that we would like to see happen. So we need a lot of volunteers. Obviously, we need monetary support. And then just if you can spread the word about what we do, I would really appreciate that. I'll leave you with some numbers and then go sit down. We have found, since CASA is a national program, though we are individually assigned in counties, it's been around since the late 70s, early 80s, and the studies that we've done have shown that children in the foster care system that have been assigned to CASA are 50% more likely to have a permanent home and need further services as they grow through welfare systems and ending up in other systems like correctional facilities. So what we do is really important, and I would love it if you would spread the word and also be a support if you possibly can. Thank you so much for your time.
So much for that nice message, Lisa. Okay. Anybody else? Moving right along. Consent agenda?
Items on tonight's consent agenda are minutes from the January 8th, 2026 special meeting, council meeting minutes from the January 15th, 2026 meeting, payroll warrant number T00968 in the gross pay amount of $495,938.74, and general warrant number 5899 in the total pay amount of $1,045,555.24.
Okay. I'd like to request a motion.
I'll make the motion.
To approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Michael for the second. Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
We're up to ordinances now. Tammy, would you please read Bill 2920?
Bill number 2920, an ordinance amending Schedule 3 of the Traffic Code known as parking prohibited at all times on certain streets.
Your turn again, Sarah. The same thing we just talked.
Yeah, this is the same project or the same ordinance that was that I mentioned during the public hearing. And of course, the goal of this ordinance is to ensure that that bus lane remains clear for its transit intended use.
Absolutely. Okay. Any questions or comments from the city council? Okay. Tammy, second reading, please.
Bill number 2920, an ordinance amending Schedule 3 of the Traffic Code known as parking prohibited at all times on certain streets.
One more time. Roll call vote if you would, please.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
We're up to resolutions. Resolution 26-03, Parks Board.
Resolution number 2603, a resolution reappointing individuals to serve on the Parks Board with different expiration dates.
Yes, we have, there's 4 people who are going to be appointed to the Parks Board. Joyce Thomas, Gary Lubers, Bill McElwee, and Marilyn Yeager. They're 2-year terms and they've been doing a good job on the Parks Board. And this is just an ordinance to reappoint them for a further 2 years. So
These are the same
That's what-
people that are on the board?
they're on the board now.
Yeah, I know, I met them. Okay, great.
Okay, good. Kind of a motion and a second to accept this resolution.
I'll motion.
Michael, Troy? Roll call vote if you would.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
We're up to resolution 26-04.
Resolution number 2604, a resolution appointing Judy Smith to serve on the Tourism Commission.
It's easy enough just to go ahead and read what's going on. Be it resolved that the city of Arnold, Missouri, that Judy Smith is hereby appointed to fulfill the remaining term of Jacob Herget, who resigned from the commission last January. The remainder of the 3-year term will expire on December 31st of this year. And what we're doing here is the seat has gone unfilled for over a year, and it's long enough for it to be that way. So I'm appointing Judy Smith to fill that unexpired term. So if I could get a motion and a second for approval. Rod, and then EJ?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Roll call vote.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
Have you any liquor license apps?
Not
for this
tonight,
week?
Mayor.
Okay, thank you. A motion to approve Midwest Dental and Oral Surgery Clinic conditional use permit. That's your business, right? That's what I thought. Okay. Sarah, would you please explain this application?
Absolutely. So this is a conditional use permit for a clinic that's going in at 140 Richardson Crossing. So where the old Missouri Baptist University used to be in that strip center with the licensing office. Midwest Oral got unanimous support from the Planning Commission. There were no excess conditions of approval outside of the normal boilerplate ones, and no motion or no action from the council, and this stands approved.
Very well. Does the city council have any questions or comments on this application?
Is that location right next to that Smiles Dental Office up
It's
there?
up by where Missouri Baptist University was.
Yes, yes.
It
So it's next to St. Louis Pizza and Wings and like Leslie's.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Is that all we got? If with no action on this conditional use permit stands approved. Welcome to Arnold, sir. I'd like to ask for a motion to hold a closed session. Tammy, would you please read that?
A motion to hold a closed session immediately following the city council meeting for the purpose of discussing litigation and real estate pursuant to RSMO 610.021, sections 1 and 2.
I'd like to have a motion to go into a closed session. Second.
Yeah.
Peggy,
I'll second.
Tim, roll call vote, please.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
Well, this is at the point where I would hope that Gary would have been here by now. So we're gonna go ahead and just do the reports from the mayor and council at this time. And hopefully that Gary gets here in time. I know it's a busy time when you lose a friend. For me, I got a couple things I'd like to bring up. There's a couple of Senate bills that I am objecting to, and there's several of us that are doing so. And I'd like to read these to you, just my interpretation of what's going on with these Senate bills. Senate Bill 1239 is one that's affecting everybody. Current law taxes retail sales of food as defined in current law at a rate of 1%. This act provides that retail sales of food shall be exempt from state taxes. Now, this sounds pretty nice, you know, when it says, oh, 1%, that's not a big deal. But it gets painful locally when you look at the third paragraph. And the third paragraph says, this act also provides that beginning on January 1st, 2027, local sales taxes imposed on food shall be annually reduced in 4 equal increments over a period of 4 years. Beginning January 1st, 2031, there will be no local sales taxes imposed on food. This next bit is just speaking from Arnold, and I did some research on this, and I've confirmed some of these numbers with our finance director. By August 2024, the last full year in which the record is released, our revenue from all funds was $25.4 million. Of that, about $4.5 million was from food sales. As you can imagine, that's almost 20% of our revenues. Recall recently that Proposition Safety, that was in 2023. There was an extra 1 cent added and approved by the voters, and that was geared toward helping law enforcement. But the sales tax doubled. So on that, we relied upon sales for food to also supplement that income. So that $4.5 million I talked about a minute ago is nearly 20% of that $25.4 million. If SB 1239 becomes law, Arnold would have to lay off about 25 to 35% of its workforce, police included. Who really benefits from such a proposal? Imagine that impact on smaller cities around us and statewide. Imagine the effect on something like on a city the size of Springfield. Sure, SB 1239 would be phased in over 4 years, but does that mean we have to lay off a quarter of the workforce that we project to lay off with necessary reductions each year? I think Solomon probably had an easier decision when he decided to split the baby. The Missouri Department of Revenue website shows that ending the food sale tax would create an astonishing $1 billion hit to the Missouri local governments. That's something that cannot be sustained. The argument that this tax elimination proposal is being done to help lower income residents of Missouri, their benefits, you know, SNAP and WIC, they're already federally exempt from sales tax. I mean, what is the other benefit to this? I don't understand that. So they're not paying it anyway. So why impact that sales? Okay, the other one is for Senate Bill 1344. This is one that's kind of affecting all of us, and we should think about this in Jefferson County. Current state law authorizes St. Louis County alone to create a boundary commission. A boundary commission at the county level has the authority to approve or deny an annexation proposal by any political subdivision within that county. So as a for instance, Maplewood cannot initiate an annexation proposal without it first being passed by their city council and then by the county council. The idea is to keep things as they are. There's dozens of municipalities in St. Louis County. What we've got a proposal by our now seated Senator Coleman is to have Jefferson County do this. And it is that she is proposing that we create a boundary commission for Jefferson County. Such a commission would require all the cities within Jeff County to submit any and all proposals for annexation to the county for review. If the county would deny the proposal, the city has no recourse. The proposal would be killed. I did some checking into this and found out that the county is unhappy with city possessing the authority to annex prime county land for their own use. If this bill passes, it will do nothing but widen the gap between the cities and the county that exists today. That's not the best thing. The mayors and city administrators from 8 separate cities in Jefferson County got together in Crystal City this past Monday to discuss our unanimous opposition to this idea of a boundary commission in Jefferson County. We're preparing letters in which we'll be asking Mary Elizabeth why this proposal was even made with no discussion with the affected cities. And there's no voice, we had no voice to oppose this bill before it was filed. Some of the officials will be joining Anthony and me in Jefferson City on the 17th and 18th of February for the Missouri Municipal League Legislative Conference. Say that fast 3 times. We will be addressing the MML as well as Senator Coleman and Senator Mike Henderson and Jefferson County House of Representatives members who represent Jefferson County about our opposition to this bill. If you don't know, Senator Mike Henderson, he's got an area that's St. Genevieve County and lower part of Jefferson County. He's the chairman of the Senate Local Government Elections and Pensions Committee, and he's got a vote on this particular bill. He's the chairman of that committee. The good news is there is no companion bill in the House yet. Usually there's one in the House and one in the Senate, and they kind of work together, and that's it. The Senate bill has not yet been assigned a hearing date, so we still got time to voice our opinions. So, and that's all I really want to say. That's enough. These are two bills that it would be bad for Arnold. They would be bad for Jefferson County businesses. And stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Breather, Rodney, your turn.
Yes.
All right.
Just giving everybody a breather, so. A couple of things, just a shout out to, and I know we've talked about it, but shout out to everyone that worked the snow routes and everything. And I don't know that everybody in our community realizes that we don't have ownership or have the authority to be plowing Jeffco and Telegraph and other places. Those are state operated. And so, I hear some people call and complain like, oh, Timbrook looks great. How come Jeffco's bad, or how come Telegraph's bad? So I just want to bring that to light for everyone that's listening or here. There was a reason. So I personally think maybe we could talk about that, and maybe a future work session about how we potentially could partner with the state, and because our crews can't get to where they need to be without using those streets. So
And they
Yeah.
accidentally drop their plows when they're going down those streets.
yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, it's just, it's kind of a catch-22 spot. So maybe something we can look at doing some kind of partnership. And then the last thing I have is, more to come, but, at some point in the near future, we're going to announce, a little program for some banners, recognizing our veterans. And that would, looking like it'll be along, Michigan Avenue. So kind of where our heavy traffic area is. You've seen this in other cities, but our Veterans Commission's been working on this for quite a few months, and we're getting close to having some details and applications and kind of detailing out the program. So more to come on that, but some exciting news there.
Thanks, Rob.
Yep.
Roy?
Roads look really great. It's the first time we've seen them come up in our cul-de-sac and clean out the whole cul-de-sac with 10 inches of snow in it. Couldn't believe it. Went up there, he was up there 15 minutes working at, pushing that snow all the way. Never seen that before. They did a really good job.
Thank you. Michael?
Also, just going to congratulate James and his crew. You guys did you guys came up through my subdivision at least 5 times to clean it. I mean, you guys did an amazing job. Amazing job. And David, I was very happy with our last parks meeting. And you've really bought the farmer's market. I'm really motivated to take charge and get involved with that with you guys too.
Thank you.
No report.
We're waiting for Gary to get here. We may have to speed it up. Okay.
I just wanted to echo, did you say no report?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Just want to make sure. I just want to echo my fellow council members.
Without being obvious.
I thought Public Works and MoDOT both did a really great job. I mean, this is the biggest storm I think we've had in, a while. Was it like 10 inches, almost a foot of snow, and it's still out there. So I thought both entities did a great job. So thank you to Public Works. Also, I know that our police department, Rock Community, ambulance district were all out working and all did a great job. So if you could relay to the officers how much we appreciate what they do. And I also wanted to welcome Midwest Dental and Oral Surgery, not only to Arnold, but to my district of Ward 2. I think the representative's already left, but maybe he can hear me in the parking lot. So welcome, Midwest Dental.
I went to the farmer's market meeting and I could not believe how many people were there, how many vendors. there must have been 150 people in that room. So we know it's gonna be bigger and better than ever. And ever since the city has been a city, from the first road crew, we have always had great guys out there cleaning our streets.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we got 30 seconds, I'm going to add one more thing. Rodney and I both took a turn in the snow plows. I didn't get to drive this year. I'll work on that for next year. But that was really interesting to see those guys do the work and what they had to do. I mean, it's astonishing that you have to back down some of the hills they got to get down just to be able to plow coming back up. And it's really good that they took such great care of doing this. And I want to reach out to the entire city and say thank you all for paying attention when we asked that you get off the streets. With very few exceptions, the streets were clear. The guys were able to clear them. No complaints, no accidents. A couple of them slipped off into a ditch at one time or another, but no cars were injured in the filming of this movie. But it was actually good, and I want to thank the citizens of Arnold for heeding the request to get off the roads for the weekend. Thank you, and I guess we're up to administrative reports. So Anthony?
Yeah, just to echo the comments, James and the Public Works crews did a fantastic job. They ended up working 56 consecutive hours and then taking a brief pause, then going back out and doing the double work again on those crews to try to get some of the cul-de-sacs and some of the mailboxes that were blocked. So I just want to make sure James and the crews know that how much that was appreciated. And then for the council, we do not have any agenda items for next week, so we will not have a work session.
Very well.
That's all.
Bill Lehman is not here. Tammy?
No report, Mayor.
Chief?
No report, sir.
We're trying to slow this down a little bit here. Okay, James?
Yeah, I do just want to add that it's not just Public Works. We do have somebody from Community Development and the Parks
Yeah.
that help out Public Works. With them, we wouldn't have enough crew to
Sure.
man every truck, so thanks to them.
Very well. I actually rode with one of the Parks guys, Brad, okay. David?
No report.
Sarah?
Do have a small report, if that makes you feel better, Mayor. So the council will have noticed that a lot of the conditional use permits that come through are for clinics. And oftentimes they are passed unanimously with very little extra conditions of approval. And something that staff has been kind of internally discussing is the idea of amending that code to make it easier for businesses to come through without going through what is clearly at this point can sometimes be seen as a ministerial action where they always get approved. So why make them wait the extra time? So I wasn't sure if that's something that how this is typically done, if this is something that should eventually go to a work session, or if it's reasonable enough to just kind of begin the process of going through planning commission and coming back to you all with some revised language.
All right, thank you. Bob?
Unless there's, sort of robust opposition from the council, then staff will just bring that to you with regard to those clinics. It's rather perfunctory at this point and kind of unnecessary to make those applicants wait.
Okay.
For my report, I would just echo the mayor's comments with regard to the legislation. And I would point out that your elected officials in Arnold are responsible for the snow removal in Arnold and the legislation in Arnold. The people that you elect that go to Jefferson City are responsible for the snow removal on Jeffco Boulevard and Telegraph and legislation like that the mayor referenced. So perhaps the electorate should consider more thoroughly who they vote to send to Jeff City and perhaps mirror the representation they get in Arnold. That's my report.
Thank you. We've waited as long as we can. I was hoping for Gary to be here because this is a Ward 4 issue, but we're gonna go ahead and work on Bill 2921. Tammy, if you'd read this thing.
Bill number 2921, an ordinance authorizing the city of Arnold to initiate condemnation proceedings to acquire certain property and authorizing certain city officials to execute all documents necessary to carry out the intent of this ordinance.
James, could you explain this, please?
Yeah, this would authorize the city to use condemnation to obtain the required right-of-way for the Palmy Road Improvement Project. We've had staff working on this extensively with the property owners along Palmy Road, but still have 5 parcels that we have failed to reach an agreement with. This being a federally funded project, so we got to have the right-of-way cleared with MoDOT by the end of April. We can continue to negotiate, but we will need condemnation authority to keep this project on schedule to prevent the loss of federal funds, which is quite a bit of money.
Oh, do better than that. It's $2.5 million, isn't it?
It's 1.65 million.
Well, that's the initial part, is it not?
That's how much is back to us.
Okay, all right. Tammy, if you would, any questions and comments from the council and staff?
Just one clarification, Mayor. The packet that you all received had an exhibit that had 4 parcels. Judy was in the process. She thought she was going to be able to get the 5th parcel. So the exhibit is the only thing that's changed. The ordinance itself is the same.
Understood. Any comments by the city council? Okay, second reading of this bill, if you would, Tammy?
Bill number 2921, an ordinance authorizing the city of Arnold to initiate condemnation proceedings to acquire certain property and authorizing certain city officials to execute all documents necessary to carry out the intent of this ordinance.
Questions and comments by anybody on the city council? Roll call vote, if you would, please.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
TJ Fleischman,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
6 yeas.
The resolution, the bill passes, okay. That's all I got. I mean, we'll take about a 10-minute break and we're gonna go into closed session, so. Let's keep this to about a 15-minute, 10-minute break.